person with disability is entitled to be treated with dignity and respect, and to be addressed and referred to in a manner that is not demeaning, to access education, educational institutions and facilities. In this initiative include setting up school-based ICT centers with post-primary school institutions for persons with disability, creation of an accessibility web portal to provide information for and on persons with disability in the country, and C, conducting an awareness campaign on ICT and persons with disability with a view of developing guidelines on ICT and persons with disability.
Few things that they need to check on it to make it fully accessible. However, as we talk about this point about capacity building, I'd like to bring to the attention that for this capacity building, for people to create accessibility in every technology they come up with, it needs to start from the education level, where they are being trained. They are trained to build websites. They need to be told that you need to build websites that are accessible. So if it starts from there, then I'm sure the issue of having inaccessible websites, pages, and or content is going to be something of the past.
And 1 in every 15 people has a disability. So if you don't see 1 in every 15, that's a testament to exclusion. It also has the ability to present information in different formats and go between them. So from visual to audio, audio to visual, and vice versa. Access to ICT it's hinged on education. So you're more likely to be able to access ICT if you have some level of education. So the nexus between education and ICT is very important. So generally, the opportunity for using different forms makes it education and information accessibility more available for everyone.
Including persons with disability from the outset during product design is really imperative, so as to develop accessible technology, and in order to also assess their needs. Because without that, then that means we're going to be having softwares, apps that are inaccessible. So that's really important.
People with disabilities have certain rights. So how do we know that they are realizing those rights? Yeah. So there are certain things that we need to observe so that we are actually convinced that there is progress towards realization of those specific rights. There are also laws which prescribe standards on accessibility, for example. We've seen there's a law on, procurement opportunities that, persons with disabilities are a specific group recognized in procurement opportunities. So there is therefore need to collect data, to do analysis, and also to disseminate all the statistics relating to disabilities. Goal of the tool is not to have a centralized approach to its, implementation, or, it is not to be centralized. The goal is to enable you, either as an organization, as a government agency, or as a private business, to assess yourself and to assess the issues which you are, establish how ICT access can be promoted for persons with disabilities.
Assistive technologies are a powerful intervention for breaking barriers for persons with disabilities. And the statistics which Mr. Shira gives us here are really worrying, that only 1 in 10 persons have access to assistive technologies, those that need them. The rest do not have, a picture of how big the work is that needs to be done A better return on investment framework is needed. Innovation obviously costs money. Private companies also would have to invest money in order to become more compliant with digital accessibility requirements. So models that enable a return of investment need to be thought about. Innovate Now is that it is important to conduct this innovation in a way of, in the framing of social development. By providing assistive technologies, the motive should not be profit, it should be social development.
The event has been very productive. I've been able to link persons with disability, the policies and the international legal framework in place that provide that ICT should actually be used to enable their rights. And we've been able to see that there's a gap in the implementation of the policy and even just the awareness of the policy in place. So after this meeting, we've been able to also test the tool, the tool for monitoring whether the various actors are in compliance with their obligations. And the feedback is that the tool needs to be refined. There needs to be framing and reframing of questions so that it can be able to be beneficial and to meet its objectives.
I'm very excited to be part of this workshop that was organized by Cipesa. I feel this is one of its kind and of its own by virtue that it's trying to see how to assess the digital access for persons with disabilities. And I feel through this, it's causing a level of inclusion, and not just a level of inclusion, but allowing inclusion for persons with disabilities, because we believe it's not just about the issues of physical accessibility, but also thinking about informational and technological accessibility for persons with disabilities. So I just want to say this is a good initiative by Cipesa, and I really want to applaud them for this. And I strongly believe it's a journey that has started, and I'm looking forward to us going on with this journey until we achieve our goal for persons with disability being included in technology.
Today I've actually learned a lot by what Cipesa is doing. It's quite powerful and empowering, and one of the things that I've picked today is as regards is the tool. Basically, the tool is excellent, is good. It needs to be worked on, as some of the issues with our input we've given in the meeting. Once that is done, I think reaching out and creating awareness about it will be even more powerful. Engaging such stakeholders as government and other key stakeholders in this. Once it's out, this one is going to be a game changer, because really ICT for us is an enabler. For persons with disability, ICT makes the world go round. So other thing I think maybe looking forward is other engagement with Cipesa and UDPK and other organizations, and generally also try to engage more persons with disability, and especially those who are the users of this sort of technologies. And another eye-opener is that I think for me this has been one of the first meeting as it relates to ICT and disability. So I think this is an excellent move.